Everyone knows that the secret to delicious dishes lies in the masala, the spice mix. A great chef might spend years perfecting just one masala blend. Although a few secret spices can make a dish stand out, the base often starts with a simple tadka or tempering, heating spices in oil or ghee to release their flavors. Once the tadka is prepared, the chef adds other ingredients to create something special. Indian cooking has mastered this art. The Indian cuisine often begins with learning the basics of popular curries like butter chicken, paneer makhani, rogan gosh, sambar, and dal tadka. Once a chef masters these, they can start experimenting with different flavors and techniques. What each chef includes in their masala becomes their signature dish. Every chef dreams of creating a unique taste that impresses both diners and restaurant owners. With the exception of the Goan fish curry and the sorpotel, many Indian curries are best enjoyed fresh and do not keep well for long. For example, a fresh coriander or mint chutney is made using fresh leaves, green chilies, ginger and spices blended with care to preserve the vibrant flavors. The result is a delightful chutney that's perfect with samosas or pakoras, adding a burst of fresh taste to Indian snacks. But try to save that curry for leftovers, and what you get is a thick, mushy, overcooked mess. No matter how you try, that initial moment of flavor nirvana cannot be recreated the next day. It's an experience meant to be savored immediately. The moment the spices begin to dull, the curry loses its magic. The balance and harmony of flavors are disrupted. The real secret to a great dish is the ability to maintain the delicate balance of spices and ingredients in harmony. Longevity over time, consistency, reliability, trustworthiness, unity. There has to be a harmony of spices. Undivided flavors matter. Integrity of spices matter. The best recipes bring together diverse ingredients into a unique and beautiful harmony. Great dishes maintain their character. Superb ones stay true to their essence. Integrity means that no matter how many times you cook it, it tastes as exquisite as the very first experience. It's no coincidence that the Coca-Cola company keeps its secret formula securely stored in the vault forever. The creators of the soft drink discovered a blend that isn't just delightful for a single drinking experience, but maintains its delicious taste consistently over time. The brand's success has demonstrated this fact. The formula stays intact without separating. Whether purchased anywhere in the world or enjoyed in any setting, its taste remains distinct, reliable, authentic, and excellent. You trust the brand because you know precisely what to expect each time you take a sip, regardless of how regularly or seldom you do so. The church, a brand you could rely on. For many years, this was how people perceived the church. Regardless of where you were, the language used in worship, how far you were from home, or how much time had passed, stepping into a church provided the same sense of community, familiarity, and reverence you remembered from childhood. Although the people might have changed and the style of worship could be different, the character of the music unique to that congregation, the essence, the atmosphere of the community, the foundational principles of faith, the feeling of acceptance, and the shared reverence was a brand you could rely on. It has persisted throughout the ages since the first century. The church has certainly faced periods of discord and division, times when its members have been scattered and separated. Even among Jesus' disciples, there was betrayal when one among them caused division within the group of 12. No community, including that of Jesus himself, has ever maintained perfect harmony throughout history. Yet, acknowledging this reality doesn't change the ultimate aspiration to cultivate harmony and foster a community that is alternative, enduring, and deeply bonded. What is the glue that holds this community together? Love. Love for God, love for one another. The secret sauce or ingredient of Christianity. This principle is at the heart of the Jewish Shema. It is the essence of forgiveness that we seek in the Lord's Prayer. As Christians, we proclaim that this is what matters most to us, loving God and loving each other. However, our practice of loving each other can sometimes become conditional and exclusionary, putting limits on who is included within our circle of love. Jesus envisioned a community that is inclusive. The original vision for the Christian church was one of a united global community. However, implementing these ideals is often more challenging than it seems. Jesus understood this well, recognizing that discipleship is difficult precisely because love itself can be so demanding. There is an old saying that goes, "Wherever the Lord builds a church, the devil builds a chapel." This reflects the ever-present challenge of what M. Scott Peck refers to as the diabolic element of human nature. As Scripture warns, sin is crouching at your door, and its desire is for you, echoing the words Jesus spoke to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan, you are a stumbling block to me." These statements illustrate the threats to unity and the obstacles in the path of genuine relationships. The term diabolic has intriguing origins. The root balein means to throw. When combined with sin, S-Y-N, it denotes bringing things together. Synergy, for example, uniting and binding them. However, paired with dia, that is D-I-A, it signifies the opposite, to scatter, separate, or divide. Thus, what is diabolical is characterized by divisiveness, embodying a state or quality of driving things apart. Division and separation lie at the heart of humanity's fall from grace, beginning in the Garden of Eden. This pivotal moment marked our detachment from unity and our relationship with God as we embarked on a path of living as free agents. What is God's aim? It is to restore humanity to a state of unity, harmony, and interconnectedness, a synchronized existence with God, with one another, and with the world around us. Yet, achieving this is profoundly challenging. Our entire existence and perception of our life, ourselves, and others are often framed in adversarial terms, emphasizing measurement and opposition which underpin individualism. Although we yearn for community, from the deepest parts of our being, forming and maintaining these connections is not without its difficulties. Who would argue otherwise? Despite these challenges, we persist in our pursuit of relationships, for we are inherently designed to exist in unity and harmony with others. This is the paradox of humanity. Within us lie both compassion and divisiveness, shaping our lives and the communities we build. Jesus and Paul emphasize love because it is the essential bond for empathy, compassion, community, and unity. Love acts as the binding agent, holding everything together on the foundational stone that is Jesus. When love is sidelined, our spiritual and communal structures begin to crumble and drift apart. Communities end up building walls instead of bridges and barriers instead of gateways. Love is the adhesive that unites us, whereas mistrust divides us. It is the secret sauce, the masala in Jesus' teaching, despite the challenges of practicing it. Love is the ultimate aim for Christians who strive to create the kind of community Jesus envisioned. In situations of division, apply love as the remedy. Bridge varying opinions and different worldviews with love. Listen to diverse interpretations with love. When differences threaten to divide, remember that the love of God unites everyone and everything. As Paul says, faith, hope, and love abide, but the greatest of this is love. The secret to revitalizing the church is simple. Love. Love God, love one another. Wherever there is true community, love resides. May Jesus Christ be praised.